Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Now, the other recognizable name on the roster, Angel Reese, who has got to be absolutely terrified. It is not going to be a good Christmas for the villainous Angel.
Drama in the WNBA just hit an all-time high. Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed Bayou Barbie, has reportedly leaked her bold plan to take down Caitlin Clark, the most dominant rookie the league has ever seen. But is this rivalry about basketball or something much deeper? Tonight, we're breaking down the shocking revelations, the fiery history, and the future showdown that could change women's basketball forever.
There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
To understand Reese's latest move, we need to rewind. Their rivalry didn't start in the WNBA. It exploded during the 2023 NCAA championship, when Angel Reese's infamous taunt toward Caitlin Clark went viral, sparking heated debates across sports media and social platforms. What many saw as confidence, others saw as unsportsmanlike. That single moment etched their rivalry into basketball history.
Angel Reese was older. I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
Fast forward to today. Reports and interviews reveal Angel Reese is doubling down on her Caitlin Clark rivalry. Training with celebrity trainer David Alexander, the same man behind LeBron James, Reese has openly said she wants to dethrone Clark. But can training, social media clout, and bravado bridge the massive gap between them?
For me and Camilla, it's the most we've ever lost in our life. I only lost 7 games in my last 2 years at LSU. So, it's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's a phenomenon. Breaking assist records, leading rookies in scoring, and dominating highlight reels. Her presence alone boosted WNBA ratings past 2.6 million viewers, a historic number. While Reese embraces her role as the outspoken challenger, Clark has quietly cemented herself as the gold standard of women's basketball.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor.
Every great rivalry extends beyond the court. Reese plays the villain, taunts, unapologetic interviews, and viral Instagram moments. Clark, meanwhile, is celebrated as the polished, humble superstar. Even NASCAR legend Danica Patrick weighed in, accusing Reese of being jealous of Caitlin Clark. The media firestorm only fuels this rivalry further.
At what point were you waiting to pull out this?
Man,
This kind of a Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark is a hell of a
Incredible.
player for sure. But I don't take disrespect lightly. And she disrespected Alexis and my girls. South Carolina, they still my SEC girls too. Y'all not gonna disrespect them either. So I wanted to pick her pocket, but I had a moment at the end of the game, and I was in my bag. I was in my moment. Yeah.
This is an Angel Reese's first run-in with controversy. From her NCAA championship taunt to skipping post-game media after facing Clark, to her vocal complaints about WNBA salaries, she's built a reputation for being bold, brash, and unfiltered. Clark, on the other hand, stays laser-focused on the game, rarely engaging in the drama.
Angel Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak.
The league, the media, and the fans are all waiting for one thing: Reese versus Clark in the WNBA spotlight. Their next matchup is already being billed as must-watch TV. Every shot will be analyzed. Every stare-down will trend on social media. For Reese, it's a chance to prove she's more than talk. For Clark, it's about maintaining her throne.
To the media after the game against Caitlin Clark.
But beyond the rivalry, something bigger is happening. Angel Reese's fire and Caitlin Clark's dominance are drawing millions of new fans to women's basketball. Rivalries create storylines, and storylines create ratings. For the first time in years, the WNBA has the cultural moment it's been waiting for.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
So, what happens next? Will Angel Reese's bold plan finally take Caitlin Clark down? Or will Clark continue to dominate while Reese fuels the drama from the sidelines? One thing is certain, this rivalry isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about pride, legacy, and the future of the WNBA.
She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese. So she's sort of embraced a Draymond Green role here.
What do you think? Is Angel Reese a real threat to Caitlin Clark? Or is this rivalry more hype than reality? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more in-depth WNBA coverage and stay tuned because this story is just getting started.
Caitlin Clark's last WNBA playoff game had over 2.6 million viewers, and now we are seeing the ratings dip under 1 million viewers.
In a league already fueled by rivalries, competitive fire, and the rise of a new generation of stars, nothing has shaken the WNBA world quite like the explosive drama surrounding Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, a clash of personalities, playing styles, and cultural narratives that has now erupted into full-blown chaos after shocking reports began swirling that Reese herself may have leaked a behind-the-scenes takedown plan aimed directly at Clark, a move that not only sent fans into a frenzy, but also left media analysts, former players, and even current teammates wondering just how deep this feud runs and what it really means for the future of women's basketball. Because let's be honest, the Caitlin Clark effect has transformed the league into something bigger than anyone could have predicted, with record-breaking TV ratings, sold-out arenas, and a spotlight so bright it feels like every game she plays becomes a cultural event. But with that spotlight comes controversy, jealousy, and the
Forbes says Clark was chosen for leading the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance in 8 years, while breaking the WNBA single-season assist record and earning Rookie of the Year honors. But wait, there's more. She also led the WNBA All-Star Game voting with more than 700,000 ballots and has been credited with an increase in league viewership and attendance.
Feeling from many veterans and rivals that she hasn't yet earned the status and attention being showered upon her, and no one embodies that tension more than Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed Bayou Barbie, who built her own empire of popularity at LSU, brought swagger, style, and championship grit to the game, and then carried that same energy into the WNBA with the Chicago Sky, where she has been both celebrated and criticized for her
Well, now, jealous WNBA players will have the opportunity to earn that credit. Now, players like Angel Reese, they will be given the chance to test their star power,
apologetic attitude, and physical style of play. But now, with whispers of a deliberate plan to humble Caitlin Clark circulating online, everything has been turned upside down, and the league is going nuts trying to figure out whether this is a real coordinated strategy or just another layer of drama in an already polarizing rivalry, because if true, it would confirm what many fans have suspected all season long, that players across the WNBA are targeting Clark not just because she's a rookie, not just because she's breaking records, but because she represents a shift in the balance of power, a new wave of stardom that some veterans see as a threat. And Angel Reese, more than anyone else, has been positioned as the face of resistance, the one player unafraid to step directly into the fire and turn that rivalry into a headline-grabbing battle that fans can't stop talking about. And the craziest part is that this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about culture, image, money, and legacy, because when Reese allegedly leaked hints of this takedown plan,
and Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
Whether through cryptic social media posts, offhand comments in interviews, or conversations that mysteriously found their way into the public sphere, she set off a chain reaction that the WNBA itself cannot ignore, as suddenly every foul against Clark, every hard screen, every stare down, and every post-game comment is being scrutinized under a microscope, with fans divided between those who see Reese as the villainous enforcer trying to bring Clark back down to earth and those who view her as the necessary counterbalance to Clark's golden child image, because let's face it, this league has never had a rivalry quite like this one, not even when legends like Diana Taurasi sue. Bird and Tamika Catchings were in their prime because social media wasn't amplifying every second, ESPN wasn't cutting to live reactions after every shove or smile, and no player had ever carried the kind of media hype that Clark has. with her logo threes and record-breaking scoring. So now with Reese leaning into her role as the outspoken challenger, the drama has hit a fever pitch, and whether you love it or hate it, you cannot look away because in every press conference, every interview, every sideline clip, the tension seeps through, fans dissect every word, commentators speculate endlessly, and the league office, believe it or not, is quietly panicking because they know that while rivalries drive ratings, the perception of players actively plotting to take down a rookie star can spiral into something much bigger, potentially fueling narratives of bullying, unfair targeting, or even institutional failure to protect its most marketable asset. And that's exactly why this leak of Reese's takedown plan hit like a nuclear bomb, because it played directly into the loudest debates swirling around the WNBA right now. Debates about race, about marketability, about who gets pushed to the spotlight and who gets left behind. Debates about toughness versus favoritism, about whether Clark is being coddled by the media or unfairly hunted on the court. And through it all, Angel Reese sits right at the center, smiling, shrugging, sometimes doubling down, sometimes backtracking, but always keeping herself and the feud in the headlines, because like her or not, she knows exactly how to keep the cameras rolling. And the truth is, the league is addicted to it, because the numbers don't lie. Every time Reese and Clark share the court, ratings skyrocket, highlights trend worldwide, and suddenly people who never cared about the WNBA are tuning in, debating, arguing, and picking sides. So even as analysts criticize the optics of a so-called takedown plan, even as Clark's defenders demand respect for her game, the bottom line is that the chaos sells, and in a league desperate for mainstream traction, this feud has become the rocket fuel powering its surge. But what happens when that fuel burns too hot? When the competitive fire crosses into something darker, when hard fouls look more like dangerous hits, when trash talk turns into personal vendettas, and when whispers of an organized effort become more than whispers, because that's the question now on everyone's mind. Has Angel Reese gone too far? Or is she simply doing what competitors have always done? Challenging the rising star, testing her toughness, and making sure she earns every ounce of her fame. And maybe, just maybe, Clark needs Reese as much as Reese needs Clark, because without the foil, without the villain, there is no hero. Without the tension, there is no story, and without the drama, the WNBA wouldn't be exploding the way it is right now. So as the noise grows louder and the league goes nuts trying to manage this wildfire, one thing is clear. This is no longer just about a game. This is about legacy, about who controls the narrative of women's basketball in the modern era, and whether Angel Reese's leaked plan to take down Caitlin Clark will be remembered as a scandal, a masterstroke of gamesmanship, or the spark that ignited a rivalry for the ages, a rivalry that will define the WNBA for years to come.